Yeah. Just a second. Got a lot of messages. Alrighty, so hello everyone. I'm Tim from Tim's PC, and I build custom PCs to suit anyone's needs or budget. Also, live stream my builds and repairs for transparency and educational purposes. So, if you'd like to get an awesome new PC and you'd like to see it put together live, send me a message today. Okay, so we've got a couple of repairs on tonight. So, one of them is the same one that we had from last night because I'm still feeling a little bit weird about both the motherboard and the CPU being faulty, but that's what it looked like. So if you caught the live stream last night or part of it, because it for some reason it just completely cut out to both YouTube and Facebook about halfway through, or not even halfway through the night. So people probably missed out on a lot of the stuff that ended up going on with this PC last night. So, to give you a rundown of where we're at, I've tried two known working CPUs in here, and I've had the same particular error sequence, which is one of the post indicator lights lit up, and I think it was DRAM was showing up for both of those CPUs. When the original CPU was in, I had another one. I had another light that came on. I believe it was the VGA that was coming on with the original CPU. When I move the original CPU onto the test bench, I also get the VGA error, and I can use multiple different graphics cards in here and still comes up VGA error. And I know that the slot actually works on the motherboard. So I'm a little bit stumped, to be completely honest, because like the logical part of my brain is at conflict, because part of it is saying no, statistically you're not going to have a CPU and a motherboard die at the same time. So there's that train of thought, and then there is what I'm actually seeing in front of my eyes here with the two PCs. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but it's the sort of stuff that I actually enjoy sort of messing around with and seeing, because it makes the job a little bit more interesting than doing the same thing every day. You see weird problems that don't necessarily come up all the time. Like this sort of failure here, definitely not something that we're going to see too often. So, over on the test bench here, we currently have the CPU that was on there. I think it's either a... Let me get this right. It's either a 3800X or a 5800X. 3800X. And we just got a GT730 here and 8 gigabytes of RAM. So a pretty simple configuration there. So let's fire it up and let's pretty much take off from last night where we left off, because I it was taking a while, and I'd been through quite a lot of different things. Unfortunately, it wasn't filmed. But I just decided that I'd spent enough time on it last night. I still had a PC to build. It was just a 5600 RTX 3080 build, so it wasn't like, anything too super crazy or different. It's something you've seen me build before, so no major loss there. Alrighty, so we power on, and we're back to the VGA era. I don't have a light on my keyboard or mouse, and yeah, it just does not matter what we do.
Somebody's photoshopped Tucker Carlson onto a Russian fucking.
No, that's North Korea's flag.
Oh, is it? Oh.
But yeah, it's still communist regime. The writing is in Russian.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's the DPRK
Yeah,
news.
they're just.
Yeah. That's
I
the North
like,
Koreans.
It's
Yeah, it's basically
just
someone's just having a joke. They're just like, how can we put North Korea in the mix here as well with the Russian joke? Anyway, sorry, just looking at the memes of Tucker Carlson, the Fox News host who got fired. That's what happens when you get sued for $750 billion US. Fucking kind of sucks. Look, Tucker, we really like you, but we're a business, and we can't keep doing this. We can't keep. We just can't keep going for 750 million big ones every single time. You open your mouth. We have to move on. We have to be doing, what's considered reasonable. Okay, so we're going to put back my 5600X. Oh. Had that around the wrong way. Oh, do we have a bent pin? Oh, we do. Excellent. Just what I like to see. Bent pins. I love bent pins. So we'll change to a different screwdriver piece. How the fuck did that even happen? And so when you repair these, you can sort of use like a thin bit of plastic to sort of straighten them out. However, it might be advantageous and sometimes required for you to get in and sort of start to align the pins. And that can be a little bit of a delicate process. Lovely. Oh, we're nearly there.
It's very riveting.
Oh, I know. I know. But this is just to show people what sort of stuff you're in for. If you want to be a hardcore PC enthusiast or work in the industry. Some people build one PC and then they're like, oh, you've got the easiest job in the world, man. I built my own PC. It was easy.
I think the stream's being stupid again.
Oh, really?
There's only one person watching, but YouTube is doing the same thing that it was last one. Telling me the same shit. Nicholas says good morning.
Hey Nicholas, how you going? Good to have you with us as always. I'm just dealing with some bent CPU pins on a AM4 socket CPU. So quite riveting. But hey,
It is what it is.
it is what it is. It's part of the job. sometimes you got to be very, 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 very careful. Oh, we're very close.
Hmm?
Can you take a screenshot of that?
Mm-hmm.
So are we even getting anything on Facebook? Not at all. I thought it was
Well, obviously not.
I thought it was working at first. So when you repair AM4 CPU pins, it's basically it's fairly easy to repair them on the edge. It's a bit harder in the middle. But
It seems to be still going.
my advice to anyone who's doing this or doing this for the first time or something like that is just to be patient and just take it one pin and one row at a time. These clamshells that the CPUs come in make for a pretty good Pretty good little separator for it. Yeah, just take your time. One step forward, two steps back. That's what it's going to be a bit like with this. How much time am I willing to spend on my 5600X that's already
I've been
got
doing this for nearly 25 minutes now.
25 minutes? Holy
24,
shit. Holy shit. It's a time black hole. Ironically, that's what a black hole kind of is. But what I mean is it sucks away my time.
was just talking to myself.
Ah. Oh, come on, man. See, the longer I go with this, the more I'm like, how much is this really worth to me? Because it's already a damaged CPU. But I do like to recycle things and repurpose things. Oh, you bastard. That's it. That's another snapped pin.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh well. Might be a case of easy come, easy go with this CPU. So look, I was probably... It's just a shame that that happened. Because the two pins that had snapped off it before, they basically just meant that the CPU wouldn't work with multiple sticks of RAM inserted, basically just with one channel of memory. So that means one slot out of two on a motherboard with two RAM slots, or two slots out of four on a motherboard with four RAM slots. So it was already sort of, not something that I could sell to someone. And yeah, the person bought it to me as a CPU to try to repair, and I did repair it and then got it working, but then, like I said, it was just with the one channel of memory, and so he ended up just saying, "Oh, you can just keep the CPU, and how much else do I owe you?" And so I gave him a good price and kept the CPU, and yeah, it's been, I wouldn't want to say trustworthy, but it's been okay. It's been reliable. But yes, so now we've got this CPU. So this is the customer's CPU. This is the one where I don't want to damage the pins, because then I'm liable for a new CPU. So we'll turn it back over to the original rig. So I've checked the Wi-Fi card, I've checked the graphics card, I've checked the RAM, and so far everything in this piece is working except for the motherboard and the CPU. So I should be getting something from it, but I'm back here with the same error lights. So it's showing up as a VGA error, but it's definitely not a VGA error. So we could swap the graphics card out, we could do anything like that we wanted, and it would be the exact same result. So unfortunately what this looks like for this customer is a new motherboard and a new CPU. As strange as that sounds, Okay. Well, look, I think we've pretty much seen enough with this. Unfortunately, I can't play around with the CPUs again like what I did last night, because somehow I managed to bend a couple of pins right in the middle of the sea of pins on the bottom there. And yeah, as I was repairing it, yeah, another couple snapped off, and it already had snapped pins. So I'm just at the point now where it's just like, okay, I don't think I'm going to spend any more time on this. Like I said, this CPU was bought to me with bent pins.
Oh, okay, so you didn't do all the bending.
No. So I'll explain the story for Christine and anyone else who wasn't listening. This CPU was bought to me by a customer who tried to build his own PC. Like many people, they'll try to build it and then they run into problems, and then they're like, oh fuck. They call me up and they're like, can you save me?
They're like, help,
please. I don't know why I even decided to go and attempt all this on my own without having any experience doing it in the past and all that. And then, yeah. So then they come to me with bent CPU pins, and he's like, can you fix pins if they've been snapped off? And I was like, probably not. And he's like, oh, okay. I got this CPU, it's got bent pins and all that, and it was like, okay, no worries. I looked at it and I'm like, look, if they're snapped, I can't really do anything with that. I can try to see if it works for you. And he's like, yeah, okay, see if it works. And then saw that it worked, but in a limited capacity. And then he's like, nah, don't worry about it. He's like, you can keep it, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm not running a single channel memory in my gaming PC. So he just bought another one. Then it became my CPU, so I went and fixed the pins, because there was quite a lot of bent pins on it in the first place. And yeah, I'd say that, possibly the pin that's snapped off has been bent a few times, and that's why it snapped off. Because you know how metal and gold is a very soft metal, so it gets fatigued after you bend it a few times. You bend a bit of wire and it snaps. That same sort of thing happens with the pins. So they're very, very delicate like that. And if you keep damaging a CPU like this, this is a CPU that gets taken in and out of the test bench there. Yeah, it's gonna get bent pins. They're gonna snap and stuff like that. So, what else have we got on the agenda? So this one's a bit of a sad story there.
oh my god, some dickhead from America thought it was a good idea to try and bring over a 24 karat gold plated gun with them in their luggage.
To Australia.
Yes. They were flying LA to Sydney, and they got picked up by the Australian authorities, and she's been put on bail, but yeah.
Yeah. Americans, we don't have gun freedom.
It was also an unregistered gun.
Yeah, unregistered.
And she also didn't hold a permit or anything.
Yeah, of course. But that's because she's probably from freaking Texas or something like that, and they don't have to have gun permits there. And...
Well, she flew from LA, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit.
That's what I was like, who knows?
She got off the fucking plane from Dallas in LA on LAX. Because everything fucking connects via LAX. Okay, so the second one here, we got another AM4 PC. And so this one was brought to me by one of my customers. I've actually had it for freaking ages because every time I've looked at it a few times, I haven't been able to make it fail. So I don't know, that's the hardest thing to sort of diagnose is when you have a PC and you can't, like the customer says, oh, there's something wrong with it. And then you have a play around with it and you can't recreate the problem. So we'll power on and you know from memory it posts, it has no problems. It's posting now.
Some dude got a ruler tattooed on his leg because he goes fishing a lot.
Oh yeah, I've seen people do that.
That's cool.
Okay, so according to the customer, it stalls and like goes to black screen.
What's going on here? That was weird.
Alright, so let's just load her up. So we're gonna run
Fluffy
Firmark
now.
there, and we'll run Heaven full screen.
Did you finish off the rest of your dinner?
Why aren't I seeing Reaver Tuner?
He's making the next.
Fluffy Meow has found the high point.
Dude, you need to get off the air filter. I can't have you doing that.
Yeah, you can't damage customers' fucking memory. Sorry.
Air filter.
Yeah. Magnetic. That's the word I'm thinking of. Alright, so we've got like a 5900 here, it looks like. Okay. So we got a bit of Firmark going on there in the background, and we're running Heaven here on Ultra with max anti-aliasing. And so, I mean, all I can really do with this one is just keep trying to run it with, you know, some graphics intensive stuff. just to see if it fails. And I mean, if it's failing in a particular game, then it's got to do with your drivers and the actual game itself. If it crashes in multiple different things, basically multiple different games, then we know we've got something that's more along the lines of a hardware problem. The problem is the customer says that we're not, I don't think we're getting this, like, I don't think this happens straight away. But then, you know, how long do I leave it running for? An hour? 2 hours? 3 hours? After about an hour or so of running it, pretty much like a stress test, which is 90 minutes, I'm kind of like, this is sort of done. Yeah, that is. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Because yeah, I mean, I've already looked at this, but I couldn't recreate the problem. So I'm running Furmark and Heaven at the same time. So some slightly different instruction sets to normal. But yeah, I mean, it's all looking sweet. No, it's looking sweet, and that's the problem. Like I was saying, that's the biggest problem with like, this is the biggest problem with problems. Okay, like when someone says that they're having a problem, and then you try and recreate it, and it doesn't do the same thing. It's really easy when someone brings you a PC and they say it's stuffing up, and it is indeed stuffing up. That's normally a good sign, and usually it means that, yeah, that it's, yeah, that it's going to be easy to fix. I mean, it's just with that other PC, it's just a bloody complete shame that you've got the motherboard and the CPU dead at the same time. I mean, what are the chances of that? And the only thing I can think of, is that the motherboard is okay and it just needed a BIOS update to run with my 5600X. I also tried another 5600 CPU on it last night as well.
It's huge.
Oh, cool. Huh?
Maybe not just yet.
All right. Well, look, I think I'm gonna let this one. I think I'm gonna let this one run for a while. Because I mean, all I can really do is try and recreate the problem.
Leave the fluffy mow on there for extra.
Yeah, extra obstruction of the CPU radiator. The CPU's running a little bit warmer than average, but yeah, he'll be loving it.
Yeah, there's a nice breeze coming out.
Nice warm breeze underneath him. He likes that. He likes sitting on top of the radiators. The fans start to ramp up because it's a bit warmer. He likes it even more. Mm-hmm. That's even better, according to him. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty boring because like I don't know what's wrong with this. All I can do is just keep it running and try to recreate the customer's problem. I've already done this a couple of times, but I don't want to hand it back to him and then as soon as he gets home it's, you know, it's something else because I want to be doubly sure that it's definitely not anything hardware related. Because if it's just software related stuff, then that's fairly simple to resolve. But yeah, I think that might be where we leave it tonight. And there might be another follow up on that other PC because I'm still not convinced that I have a CPU and a motherboard dead at the same time. The only thing that I can think of is out of the 3 CPUs I've tried on that motherboard, only one, the original one, is a Ryzen 3000 CPU. If that motherboard is running an older BIOS, it might not talk to the Ryzen 5000 CPUs that I tested on it. And if that's the case, then I need another Ryzen 3000 chip just to plug into that motherboard just to see if it works. So I'm gonna get a hold of a Ryzen 3000 chip just to double check everything with it, just to make sure that motherboard's definitely dead. And I'll do that tomorrow, and then once I do that, then we'll be able to work out what we need. I hope that I can say to the customer, all we need to do is get you a new, like a Ryzen 5000 chip, and then that'll be done. What's this?
It's upside down, but the 3 on the bottom are pushing air out. There's 2 on the side that are pushing air out, and 1 pulling in, and then the ones on the radiator are pulling air in, and the one on the back is pulling air in.
Okay, so he's got balanced airflow by the fan number. See, we've got a Leon Lee.
That's upside down.
Yeah, it's an Evo. It's a Leon Lee Evo case. It's the one that you can have the other way, so the case is on the right. So yeah, so he's just looking at it. He's looking at it from a technical point of view, going, okay, volume in should equal volume out, and he's got it right, but I think he's overthinking. He's overthinking his airflow. You don't have to have, like, yeah, it's one way of doing it, but you can also just tune your fans to different speeds to balance your airflow. So there's that. Oh, it's Corsair Case Club.
Yeah.
But it's not a Corsair. It's not a Corsair case. It's just got Corsair fans. Can you really post that to that? I wouldn't. I guess I'd probably overthink it. I'm like, oh no, I can't post that because that's not a Corsair case. That's just got Corsair fans.
They're using Corsair fans and controllers.
Yeah.
So that's why they.
Okay. Oh, I guess anything
They
can
have
be
10 Corsair.
anything can be a Corsair case club case.
They've called it Liam as well instead of Leon.
They called it a Liam Lee,
Yeah.
not a Leon Lee. A
No.
Liam Lee.
Well, mind you, those two letters are right next to each other on the fucking keyboard. So
Yeah, it
I'll
could be a
give them that.
could be a typo. Could be a typo. A Liam Lee.
It just looks funny.
Liam Lee. You know, everyone's favorite guy at the party. Liam Lee. You know that he's always there with a new joke every time you see him. Good friend Liam Lee. Good guy, Liam Lee.
Stand up, dude.
Yeah, absolute top bloke, Liam Lee. Sorry, Liam Lee.
Anyway.
Oh shit. Alright, I think it's time to go, or I'll just continue to devolve into talking more nonsense. Okay, so thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to catch tomorrow's follow-up, which will be the conclusion to the saga of the other PC, and see whether we've got a faulty motherboard for sure or not. So thanks, and yeah, thank you for watching tonight. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you tomorrow in the next video.